Tasty Cake Shop baked some pies. 3/7 of them were apple pies and the rest were chicken pies. After selling 2/3 of the apple pies and 253 chicken pies, the shop had 1/6 of the pies left. How many pies did Tasty Cake Shop sell? Alright, now, from the first fraction that we see, right, this tells us that Tasty Cake Shops actually has 7 units of pies, out of which 3 will be for the apple pies and the rest means 4. Okay, 7 minus 3, that is 4 units, will be chicken pies. Okay, so total actually there's 7 units, but at the end of the question, okay, they said that the shop had 1/6 of the pies left. So at one instance they said the total is 7, another instance they said total is 6. So what we need to do is make sure these two numbers are the same. Okay, so how do we do that? We find a common multiple between 7 and 6. So for the apple pies, 3/7. Whatever is left at the end, we know it's 1/6. 7 and 6, push it to the common multiple, which is going to be 42. Okay, so you can times 6 here, do the same thing here, 18 out of 42, and this one you times 7, it will be 7 out of 42. So what this means is that 18/42 of the pies were apple pies, 18/42. Okay, and the rest were chicken pies. Now, after selling 2/3 of the apple pies, so what is 2/3 of 18 units? Okay, 2/3 of 18 units, that will be 6 times, okay, that will be 12 units. Okay, now this one here will represent the number of units of apple pies sold. Okay, 12 units. So with this information, we can draw a BCA table to understand a little bit better what actually is happening. Okay, so before, change, after. Alright, so we have the apple and we have chicken. So at the start, we know there's 18 units for the apple, right? And for chicken, it will be 42 minus 18. Okay, so 42 minus 18, 24 units. Alright, and since you sold 12 units for the apple, you will be left 18 minus 12, 6 units for the apples. As for the chicken, right, you sold 253 pieces of chicken pies. So at the end, how many chicken pies will you be left with? How many units will you be left with? Over here, it's actually a question mark for us. Now, what we know is from the left part, right, out of 42 total units, we are left with 7 units. So 6 units is already for the apples. So the remaining must be for the chicken. So for the chicken that is left, now this will take on 7 units minus 6 units, which is 1 unit. So this question mark, we will represent it as 1 unit. Okay, now if you can have a look at the chicken pies, it went from 24 units to 1 unit. So there's a difference of 23 units. And this 23 units is really because of the 253 pies that were being sold. 1 unit 253 divided by 23, 11 pies. Okay, and how many pies were sold? 253 for the chicken, 12 units for the apple. Let's see what's 12 units. 11 times 12, 132 in total. 253 plus 132 were sold. Answer, 385 pies. that were being sold.